about love. So, what does the movie reminds you about Gerald and yourself?
Ah, siguro yung experience namin ng 2010. Kasi ng 2010, tumatalon lang kami sa pagmamahal. Tsaka na lang yung fear eh. Parang we chose to, actually, hindi nga siya choice eh. Na in love lang kami, hindi namin pinigilan yung sarili namin. Tapos, nagkaroon syempre ng mga consequences, nagkaroon ng limitations, but pagka halimbawa, syempre, hindi naman laging perfect, di ba? Pag nagkakaproblema kami, bumabalik ako doon sa naramdaman namin na yun, ng 2010. And yun yung nare-remind ako doon ng film na pag first love, parang pure, walang pag-aalindangan, hindi mo iniisip na sasaktan ka niya. Ganun.
Thank you, Bea. And for Direct Paul, how about you for Tony and yourself?
How did this film?
Yeah.
Well, I think for me the biggest for me now in my life as a filmmaker, the reason maybe I have matured, from my films before is because of the fact that Tony is now the mother of my child. So there's a new kind of love. There's a new kind of first love that Tony and I are experiencing. This kind of super unconditional love that we have for Sevi. I was telling Tin, and when he was born, and I just had met him, like the first minute, I was like, in my heart, in my life, I was like, I would do anything for this little boy. Parang I've never loved something or someone so much, and I just met Sevi, diba? Parang, so that's the new kind of first love that Tony and I are kind of experiencing now, and I bring that passion, that new kind of love to the films I'm doing now. And with First Love, it was just for me full of love and full of passion, because the movie also had its share of just many challenges. It was a very challenging film. I've said this in previous interviews that it was very mentally challenging for me. Maybe not as physical, but it was mentally challenging just because of just the story, how intricate it was, the characters. How do you put this all together so that everyone can experience something different in cinemas? So with the reaction on the first day, that's why I'm very grateful, and I'm very thankful that from the tweets, from the posts on Facebook and Instagram, they're tagging me, and that I'm reading all these experiences. So galing, I'm really, really proud of the movie. I stand by it, and no matter what, this is a film I'll never forget.
Thank you, Direk. And for Edward, what is your takeaway on this movie, since you haven't feel yet or experienced first love? How are you going to apply it on your personal life?
Yeah, that's a hard question to answer. I mean, I guess one of the things I should take away from it, and I think people my age should take away from it, is that you have to be brave sometimes. You have to really be willing to take that chance, because everyone's scared of, like, one of my favorite actors, Liam Neeson, he said, love everyone says love is painful, and he disagrees. He says, no, rejection is painful, being forgotten is painful, getting hurt, that's painful, but love is the only thing that makes it not hurt. It makes it worth going through all of that. And that's something that you have to, I guess, I mean, I'm just taking this from people. I'm 18, so I haven't experienced it at the level that these two have as well. But it's just you have to be brave, and that's a part of the movie that Carpe Diem, sees the day, YOLO, I guess, if you want. You have to learn to take a chance sometimes, and that's not just in love life. That's something that you have to take in life in general. If you want to achieve something, you really have to go for it. You can't have a 50%, 50% effort. You have to put in everything you have, because even if you achieve, but you only put in 50% effort, it's not going to be worth it. It's going to be parang bitin. You don't want that. You don't want that. So when you achieve something, you want to have everything. So be brave. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, everyone, and congrats.
Thank you. Edward, ilang taon ka na ulit?
18 po.
18. 18 ka pala, ang dami mo ng ganyang no? Parang nung 18 ako, hindi ako ganyan. Diba? Ito naman, ito I'm sure nung 18 ko, medyo marami na rin itong sinasabi. Kate, Adahar from Random Republica.
Congratulations. And it was featured in the film, The Dream Jobs of Nick and Ali. I'm just curious for the three of you, what are your other dream jobs if you're not doing what you're doing right now?
Go ahead.
For me, it'd be an author. I've always wanted to be an author. Until now, I still want to be an author. Now I see, especially because I live in the world of social media now, that it's all about the cell phones. It's all about the Wi-Fi and the internet. And I guess times change. I always wanted to be like actually write a book. I didn't want to like an electronic book. I wanted like the actual with pages and everything. So now I see it's not the trend anymore. It's not what people use. There are even schools using computers now. So one thing I've adjusted it a little bit. My dream now is to be a script writer. So every time I see scripts, I sort of think like, if that was me writing it, and this was my story, what would I do? So that's my dream.
Thank you.
Still want to pursue that.
Maybe you can write for one of my films.
Any chance I can get to be part of this production again, I'm gonna take it for sure.
Well, so yeah, for me, I've been very vocal about this. My dream, if I wasn't a filmmaker, was to be a professional golfer. Parang ganun na. Ever since I grew up, that was my bonding with my lolo. No? We played golf, and up to today I play golf. But I always wanted to be like Tiger Woods, Parang ganun, no? So, yun, if I wasn't filmmaking, I would have been a professional golfer.
Thank you.
Ako baker or pastry chef. So, nung 1 month leave ko, nag-aral ako ng baking. So, medyo, kahit na paano, on the side na a-achieve ko naman siya.
Any plans of having a baking business?
Baka, hindi ko alam. Pag may time na siguro.
Sa bahay, nag-bake ka personally?
Sa bahay, ako.
Ano pa lang pinaka-specialty mo na?
Ang hirap kasi baka sabihin niyo parang ang baduy.
Ano yung favorite mo lang?
Oh, chocolate cake. Favorite ni Gerald ng chocolate cake.
Thank you. And for Gerald. Can you take us briefly to what it's like having a scene with Aga? Because most of your scenes were with him.
At the beginning, you really, your mind plays tricks on you when you do scary stuff, or things that oh my gosh, what if he's like soplado? You don't know how it's gonna be until you're on set. And from the very first moment I met him was 7 Sundays, and I met him on set, and I met him again at the premiere. And the first time I even said a word to him, other than hello, was at the premiere night of 7 Sundays. I just wanted to shake my hand because my mom's also a fan of Agamon. So I just wanted to shake his hand, and I was really scared about going on set. But like Mai, he has that sixth sense as well, I think, like where he knows what you're feeling and what you're thinking. And he came up to me and he said, if you want to touch me in the scene, whatever you feel you want to do it. Don't be afraid of if you feel it's what your character would do. Don't worry about me. I'm also nervous. He also said it to me on set, and that really surprised me because, of course, he's so experienced in this craft. So to take you through it, he's one of those people that teaches you without teaching you. There was a point where he just, I don't know, pwede siya maging director actually. And for me personally, he has that calming presence. And I said before, I don't think I got really comfortable and relaxed on set because of, my skills or my the workshops or anything like that. It's really because of the atmosphere of the set. And it had to do with direct Paul as well. There's no stress on the set, but I really give 100% credit to Kuya Aga because he really took me through it, and he always showed me how to do it rather than telling me how to do it. So he showed me what he was doing. It's weird. I don't really know how to tell you guys. It's the way he reads the script, the way he just holds himself, the way he talks to you. I don't know. He has a weird way of making a connection with you I'm sure many of you, after hearing his answers at the media launch and seeing him on screen, you feel some sort of connection to him as well. You feel like you can walk up to him. and there's no fear, and he has that weird power of doing that. So, going through the scene, it was each scene, regardless of what it was real, I guess. So. Yeah, he made it very real for me.
Thank you. And last, Direk, a quick reaction to what Aga said, that you're the great director.
I know, wow, no? I mean, coming from one of the, if not the greatest actor of Philippine cinema history, you know, I think for me, how I just took it was, you know, he enjoyed the process, he enjoyed the character of Nick, and I really developed, honestly, a special, I would like to say, parang, we call each other brother, and you know, so parang it's still kind of surreal, no? But so parang we had this kind of like brother kind of thing, bro, and it became very parang like I've known him for so long, you know, like he made it feel so real. What Edward was saying, you know, he just exactly again what Edward said. He said it best. He teaches you without teaching, and I learned so much. I said in one of my posts that I'm a better person because of working with him, not just a better filmmaker, you know, because what he brings to the set is just experience, and you know, he's worked with the greatest directors in this Philippine cinema, the greatest actors. So you know, but when he speaks, there's a lot of wisdom behind it, whether he knows it or not. So for him to say that, you know, very humbled, I'm very blessed that someone like an Aga Mulak would compliment me. So, you know, thank you, my brother, you know, Aga, thank you so much for saying that, for believing in me and trusting me, because he was one of those people that when there was a lot of people, you know, saying these things about me, and you know, of course, you know a lot of my films, you know, in terms of box office, it's okay, you know, it's nothing really, not like the hits maybe of some other the filmmakers here, but I stick to my story, I follow my heart, and I think Aga saw that. That's why he chose to also believe in me. And you know, it just takes one person to believe in you, and your dreams can happen. So Aga, thank you so much, brother, friend, and I love you, man.
Thank you.
We have a bromance, but I'm actually, bromance.
Thank you, Direk.
First love.
Thank you so much, Kate. Oo, dahil dyan, Kate, papabot na lang ng mic natin kay Vanny ng Inside Showbiz.
Hi, my question for Direk. First, congratulations to all of you guys. So Direk, when you say Edward Barber's name, usually it's attached to my name or Bayward, so that's what people think. So why take a chance on someone? Why give this solo role to someone who is super attached to Alonzo?
Well, I'll be honest with you. Yeah, I knew about him because of the PBB. Of course, my wife also hosts the show, so I would watch PBB, and I saw him, and then of course I noticed after PBB he was very successful with Maimai, and up to this day they're strong love team. I felt that actually, a short story long is. We were in Vancouver, and then some of our team posted a behind-the-scenes photo that Edward was there. Wala pang 1 minute, I had 1,000 of friend requests from Maywards, saying Direk, so it was very. I felt his presence. But to go back, so I've heard of him. I did watch him of his work. He's still very young. He's still very raw. So. Actually, I called this Imagine Star Magic, and I said, would he like to read for the role? I mean, Edward Barber, he's already endorsements and in all these teleseries and movies. I asked for a go-see because honestly, I didn't see any role that he's played that is for Simon. So the braveness of this boy is he attended a go-see in his busy schedule. He said, "Paano audition?" So he came to my office. I don't know if you remember this, and he read scenes in front of me by himself. And I could tell he was very nervous, and I just told him.
No idea, no idea.
Yeah, so he was in my office. It was like this. I was in a parang chair, and he was in front of me, sitting down. I had a video camera here, and we were, I had someone to throw lines with him, and he did it. For me, when he read the first scene, I said, "Ito na yan, si Edward na to." You could see that. I think what I liked so much about him was that he was so nervous about it. That he did so well. He was just so focused. Because of that nervousness, he became so focused. And so after that audition, I don't know if any people know that, but he did audition for the role. He got the part, so he earned the part. And when you watch the film, I really believe he held his own together with Aga and Bea. I mean, so this kid's brave, and you heard him earlier that you have to be brave. So I'm telling you, this kid's brave.
Thanks, Direk, and congrats, Edward. My next question for Bea. Bea, in terms of age with the lead cast, no, your age is like right smack in the middle. So did you pick up anything from Aga and from the younger cast, which is Edward and Abby?
Oh yeah, si Kuya Aga to, full of wisdom. Every time he speaks, parang may pupulutin ka sa lahat ng sasabihin niya. And with Edward naman, refreshing makita yung pagiging nervyos niya dun sa eksena, no? Kasi namimiss ko yung ganon drive that parang he's so interested to learn and that parang he's really taking this seriously. So, yun, natutuwa akong makita na may ganitong bata who's so in love with his craft also. And with Kuya Aga naman, laging sinasabi sa akin to keep my heart tender. Kahit na, yun nga, di ba, lagi yung sinasabi sa set na, kasi minsan parang nakikita niya na may mga comments ako about certain things na hindi niya nagugustuhan. Sinasabi niya na parang, alam mo, kapag na-hurt ka, dapat in-acknowledge mo yan para talaga mag-heal ka eventually. Kasi kapag hindi mo siya in-acknowledge, hindi ka magiging masaya. So, may mga ganun. And isa lang yun sa lahat ng itinuturo niya sa akin, ha. Of course, tinuruan niya rin na how to be brave, to know my worth in this business. So, ang dami kong natutunan sa kanya, hindi ko makakalimutan itong experience ko.
Nagugulat ka pa ba na even up at this stage in your career na ang dami pa rin learnings, whether it be from Aga or from a young actor?
That's why I do what I do. Because kasabay siya ng journey ng buhay ko, hindi lang journey sa career ko, no? Every single movie na ginagawa ko, lagi ako may natututunan from my co-actors, my directors, and also from the fans, from you guys. So, eto talaga yung pinili kong buhay.
Alright, thank you and congrats to all of you.
Thank you so much. And of course, last questions ay manggagaling naman dito kay friend natin sa harap. Abot natin yung mic. Thank you. Kay Rocky.
Thank you. So, this is Rocky from TV series Grace.com and Rano Rocky. So, gusto kong makuha yung istan yung tatlo sa about first love. Kasi di ba maraming kinds of love. May first love, may puppy love. So, kayo ba, pag sinabi bang first love, ito ba yung masasabi nyo na greatest love? And ito na ba yung masasabi nyo na forever nyo?
Kasi yung love, charot lang. Sila sasagot.
Okay, start mo natin kay Direk.
Oo, diba?
Yes, I feel it's when you know it's your last. That's my opinion. No? So I feel that's why I really believe Tony's my first love. Is because I chose to spend the rest of my life with her, and because of her, I'm able to experience another kind of first love, which is with Sebi. No? But this is also something, and I'll say something that I haven't said before. No, but. And then maybe it's more of a challenge or something maybe we can discuss. But so I was watching the film premiere night. I finally let it go. I let the baby go. And it opened in cinemas, 200 plus cinemas yesterday, and more cinemas I think today. So thank you for all your support. But it's something I wanted to ask, and I'm not I want to see what the reaction would be. But it's also first love about loving yourself first, also. Right? I only because it may sound selfish, but how are you able to give love if you don't love yourself or love you first? No? Parang, I don't know. Interesting because everyone was tweeting about life. Parang I read some reviews na parang they're learning now to love their life, to love what they're doing. So parang it's opening up a discussion about. Yes, it's very natural for us to love other people, our family, but do we love ourselves also? Do you love who you are? Are you grateful for who you have become? Are you blessed where you are today? So yeah, it was very interesting. I'm still trying to dissect it, pero because of the movie, this is now what is in my mind. So interesting.
How about Team Miss Bea?
Interesting nga yung sinabi mo, Paul. Ngayon ko nga rin naisip. Kasi habang pinapanood ko naman yung pelikula nung isang gabi, iniisip ko na hindi ko naisip to habang ginagawa ko si Ali na minsan pagka marami tayong pinagdadaanan sa buhay, parang feeling natin sa mga sarili natin we're victims, no? nagiging biktima tayo ng pagkakataon, ng lahat ng problema natin. Tapos makikita mo si Ali, na meron siyang ganong heart ailment, and yet, hindi niya iniisip na biktima siya ng universe. Actually, kakampi niya ang universe. Lahat ng dumarating sa kanya, nung nakilala niya si Nick, parang feeling niya, the odds are in her favor, no? Kahit na nakilala niya lang tong lalaki na to, hindi naman nawawala pa yung sakit niya. So, para sagutin yung tanong mo, siguro tama si Paul, baka self-love yung first love. Or loving life.
Nice, thank you. Eto kay Edward, ang dami nag-aabang ng sagot mo. Since ikaw pinakabata, so I think yun.
For me, there's a lot of first love. I mean, I don't mean like, if people always, when you think first love, you can think, oh, girlfriend, boyfriend, husband, wife. There's a lot of first love. When you find, I think the first real love that you have, of course, is for your family. The second will be for your future wife, partner, whatever. But the third is always going to be for whatever you do. You have to love what you do. I guess a lot it's work. My father said to me a long time ago, I think about 5 or 6 years ago now, he said to me, I love what I do, therefore I don't work. For me, I didn't feel like we were really working in Canada. It was like we were working, but it didn't feel like work. It didn't feel like there was stress or it was a hard thing to do. It felt like we were living there. I mean, it felt like everything was real. And you find a lot of first love in the things that you do in the work, and it's a hard thing to find. I feel personally, because you always think, me especially, I always thought like, what am I gonna be good at when I'm in the future? I kept on doing different sports because I wanted to be like, I wanted to discover if I was like a pro at something without trying. And I realized there's nothing. You don't have anything. You're not perfect at anything without putting hard work in. So something that I love to say is that you have to be the hardest working person in the room for you to achieve something. So every time you walk into a room, it doesn't matter who's there. You have to be the hardest worker in there. And so the third love, I guess, is for your craft and for whatever you want to do in life. So, yeah, first loves, you have a lot of them, but like Direct Paul says, you have to find that one that stays. Yeah.
Follow-up question lang kay Edward. Naramdaman ba kay Maymay yung first love? And then, sinabi mo, di ba, may first love, second love, third love. Pang-ilan si Maymay dun sa love na yan?
What kind of love? 3 types of love. Three sections for me, and that's why I always see it. For Maymay, yeah, very much so. Because I've never had anyone, I've said this so many times, you guys have laughed before, that she's weird, and there's no other person, I believe, in the world like her. And yeah, there's a different type of love there, because to have someone like that in your life that's got your back with whatever, it's very, very rare to find. And I feel like even if I was, I don't know, 10 years in the future, I don't see her for 10 years, for whatever reason, and I come back, nothing will have changed. It's one of those type of relationships. So for me, yes, to answer your question.
Thank you, Edward. So, shout out lang dun sa Mayward fan kasi natuwa sila sa sagot mo. Sobrang smart mo daw, and yun, hindi ka mga 18 years old. One last question.